Hey everyone, it's Bijal Patel with Launch. I am here on my Tuesday Live. Today's topic is going to be why you should keep your branding separate from your website design. So I just had this question pop up today on a call with a prospect. And she had a typical question that I've been asked by many people who are in business for about 1 to 2 years or even up to 4 or 5, have gotten success, have seen success, and then suddenly realized, wait, my branding feels beginner and out of date in comparison to where our company is right now, in comparison to the amount of revenue that we're bringing in, and also for what our future plans are. So if you're here and you're joining me, feel free to say hello in the comments. Let me know you're here. If you have questions, or if you're watching this later, feel free to say replay just to let me know you're here. So I was advising this friend on what the true differences are. And when she talked to me, she said, honestly, I've already talked to 2 people, website companies, and they said, no problem, we can handle your website design. And we also have a separate creative team that can do the branding. And so immediately I brought up the challenges of that. So what happens when your brand team and your website team is all within one company, it sort of divides their interests. So the brand team is going to want to come up with something that is quick and simple that the website team can take easily and then implement. So a lot of what's happening in the background when companies are offering to do everything is generally because it's not their expertise. They actually would prefer and want the website portion of it. But after having done so many websites, they've learned when they work with an actual branding agency or a really strong designer, they're going to be pushed. They're going to be pushed to develop better graphical user interfaces, to have a stronger and coherent brand presence that's completely cohesive through their website. What this does on the back end, it creates a lot more work for them. So they have somewhat of a pseudo template that they give to clients who are paying a certain amount. If they can have their in-house branding team develop a brand for you, when the branding team comes up with something that doesn't meet their needs in terms of implementation for the website, they're immediately rejected, and then you, as the client, never get shown what a superior design would be. Because quite truly, it's difficult to implement a really strong branding into a website. The reason being is it goes beyond just having your logo and having some colors smacked onto your website for your brand to completely penetrate and be infused with what your website design is. And so what that does, it essentially creates a conflict of interest. And you may not see it because it's sold to you as the fact that, hey, this is an easy all-in-one, come buy this, we'll slap it all together and you don't have to worry about anything. But what you need to think about as you're going to purchase these type of things is, where is that party's greatest interest lie? And when you have 2 things combined, it's similar to when you're designing a home and you've got your architect is the same person who's actually the contractor and the builder. It's called design build, and then that ends up creating some of their own challenges because the interests of the parties aren't quite represented. So that's what I wanted to come on here and point out, because it sounds like it's a good deal. It seems like it makes sense, but they are actually 2 completely different schools of thought. And as being a really strong graphic designer myself, I will tell you straight up, the graphic designer that's amazing at branding and understanding a company, the strategy, the why behind the reason you should pick a certain concept, is not the same person who's the very best person at coming up with a graphical user interface, going and thinking about all the different customer transitions and the flow of that page, and what's the best way to support the back-end SEO. And so I just wanted to point that out as an expert. As a layperson, you can look at these people's work and be like, yeah, it looks about the same. But as somebody who's an expert in the field, the branding team within any, I don't care who it is, within any website development company will not hold up anywhere near an actual top brand design company or an agency. So I just wanted to clear that up so that you know the difference and so you're able to make the most educated decision. Feel free to say hey in here if you're here, or let me know if you have questions. I'd also love to hear, what topics you want to hear about particularly for next week when I go on lives. But I wanted to address this because it was a conversation that just happened to me. So I'm going to say hey to my friend Yasha here. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So appreciate that. He says good points. So this is something that you can take away, or if it's in your future sometime, at least you know. Generally speaking, when you're looking at your top design companies, if they do website design, they will straight up not offer branding. They are clear in what their niche is, and they say that's not for us. And actually, a lot of the really amazing technical back-end website designers, they won't even do the front-end design. They actually won't even do the full website. They say front-end website design is for a different user interface designer. So if you're looking for the most excellent product and the most bang for your buck, you want to get down niche. So I'm going to say hey to Sukena. Hey girl, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. This COVID stuff is crazy. So I hope that helps you in your business pursuits, and let me know if you watch this later. But the topic that we covered today is exactly why you should never hire a website design firm to do your branding. All right. Peace out, y'all. Happy Tuesday, and make it a really productive and happy day. Take care. Bye.